In chapter 10, we are reminded by the Hallidays about the value of this present moment. And what I have found is I tend to minimize the moment when I can make a good choice, but I tend to maximize the moment when I have made a bad choice. I tend to make this huge deal out of the bad choice in that moment, but when I'm faced with a good choice that I could make, or when I have made good choices, I tend to make it be like it's not a big deal. Well, why is it that it's not just as big a deal when I made a good choice as when I make a bad one? So, what I want to illustrate is this concept of capturing the moment for the Lord and how important it is, this moment. I don't know if you've ever been in a kindergarten room or a first grade room where the teacher has used a marble jar. But this is the way it works. She explains to the children that she's going to catch them being good. Okay? And when she catches them being good, she's going to put a marble in a jar. Love that sound. Okay. And so the children might be doing something. She's given them a task to do, like work on their math, and it can be quiet, and she will put a marble in a jar. And what that marble represents is a moment captured for obedience, if you will. And so throughout the day, they may hear that sound periodically. Now, never in a classroom have I ever seen this used when the teacher says, forget it, you haven't been good, I'm taking marbles out of the jar. No, 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 no. The marbles, once they're in, they stay there. Now here's the question. What do the marbles actually mean? Well, let's assume, and I use different size rocks and stuff, as there are one moment upon another is captured in obedience, the marble jar gradually fills up. Now here's the cool thing. We're looking forward to something. Okay, in the illustration in a classroom, once the marble jar is filled up, perhaps the teacher will give the kids a party, or they will go on a special field trip or something. But what is really fascinating is to watch how excited the kids get just at the sound of the marble going in the jar. It's as if the marble is, in a way, a reward, and because they know there's something that they're anticipating. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's where it fits in. Every time you capture a moment for obedience for the Lord, I believe He puts a marble in His divine marble jar. And it's captured. It is a moment that is captured for Him. And it matters. This moment matters. Every single moment that you capture for obedience for the Lord, the moments that you're spending watching this video, that's all moments that you're hopefully not eating outside of 0 to 5. You're not doing other things that might be outside of godly parameters for you. So you have a whole bunch of marbles in your divine marble jar. Okay? When you make a poor choice, when I make a poor choice, that is a moment that a marble isn't going into the jar. That's just one moment that the marble isn't going into the jar. Eventually, our jars are going to be full. And this is the way it works. One moment upon another, captured for the Lord in obedience to Him and what He wants for me in this moment, leads to an hour that I have given my life to Him in obedience to Him. 1 hour upon another leads to a day. Eventually, as time goes on, we'll see the pattern of our life has been spent capturing one moment upon another, one day upon another, offered up to Him. We take captive our thoughts in the moment, we take captive our actions in the moment, and God puts a marble in the divine marble jar. And He never takes them out. He says, you just ate a hot fudge sundae out of the 0 to 5 eating. So, naughty you, I'm taking marbles out of your jar. No, no, that's not the way it works. It's grace, and every moment upon another that's captured for the Lord in obedience to Him matters. It's filling up our divine marble jar, which the analogy does break down, of course, because we're not going on a divine field trip. We're practicing a godly life. At some point in time, when we step into heaven, and we just leave this world behind, we will experience that divine marble jar being filled as He completes us perfectly. But in the meantime, I want to encourage you, each moment matters. In this moment, you can make a divine choice to capture it for the Lord. And you are. There's a marble in your marble jar. Love that sound. Okay? And if you have a moment of indiscretion, it doesn't get rid of all the moments that came before. No, your jar is still filling up. Capture this moment and believe that God keeps your marbles safe in your jar. He doesn't dump them out just because you sploogie one moment. Okay? So this moment matters. Every moment matters. Let's not minimize the moments of good choices that we have captured for Him just because we had one moment of indiscretion where we ate outside of 0 to 5 or we hollered at our kids or whatever. That does not make us or define us as a rotten person or as a fat slob or any of those things that we tend to do. We tend to take one moment of indiscretion and allow it to define us. Instead, God says, your marble jar reflects that you are capturing moment upon moment for me, child. And I delight that you care enough to fill up your life with moments captured for me. Believe it.